Okay. 1, 2, 3, yeah!
StartUp Fasttrack Weekend offers selected participants the chance to really understand how the energy industry and how us as consumers, businesses, and investors can benefit from having them develop as strong potential technology growth companies. What we saw here is that we selected a very promising group of young technology entrepreneurs who have ideas that are born in the university, that are born in the community, that are born in some of the companies and places that they've worked. And what we try to do is help them recognize, is there a real business in this new idea? And if so, how do you build a business model around it? So where do the revenues come from? What are the costs going to be to create this? Who are the customers going to be? And do they understand exactly which customers to work with first? We asked them to train to think about how do you speak to investors to take a risk in your company, to give them the opportunity to understand what does the investor want to see. So is the business going to work? Is the amount of money that they need to get the business going realistic? Is the timing of the progress that they're going to make going to work out? And when we look at this, industry partners like ENGIE are also very important because they help them to set the direction of where the technology market might be going. We had the benefit of having ENGIE executives explain to them what is it that ENGIE sees the future trends in the innovation of new technologies require. So as we look to replacing current sources of carbon-based fuels with new sources, as we look at how energy consumers evaluate the costs and the benefits of making the change during what we call the energy transition.
You met the entrepreneurs a few days. Did they change?
What a remarkable change. We saw early companies who had maybe strong technology backgrounds. A couple of them were 4 PhDs. So technology experts without necessarily business or business communications experience. And what we had them do is work through that for 3 days so that we had them understand, what do you talk about? How do you explain to somebody the need for your technology? What is your approach to solve the problems that the businesses, consumers, and other energy users have? At the end of the weekend, we saw a remarkable change from people who didn't really understand how to take their idea and make a business out of it, into people who could very effectively, efficiently, and fluently describe to business people what it is that the value of their new innovation offers to the creation of a part of this energy transition. So that their role as possible suppliers to the consumers, to businesses, to some of the industrial energy partners like ENGIE or like Shell, they kind of understand now that is the nature of this business. Technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship is being able to take a great idea out of the laboratory or a great concept and make reality out of it that helps society as a whole.
How about ENGIE's role in this process?
ENGIE's importance in this process is critical because they stand as people who are leaders in the current energy, who understand where they want to take the company to be leaders in the transition to future energy provision and usage. So when ENGIE comes in, it lends immediate importance to this work. And these small technology entrepreneurs, some of them who are researchers or may have a smaller role in the economy, recognize they are now given an opportunity to partner with major international companies in bringing their ideas to the market. So when ENGIE comes in, with its technical experts who participate in this weekend, explaining what's happening with the market, explaining how they like to work with technology companies, and explaining that they're ready to work on possibly a small investment or initial investments leading to larger investments later, as well as purchase contracts. So one of the hardest things for technology companies is to get a sale, especially when they're new and they don't necessarily have the experience in making the sale. So when someone comes in and says, we would like to co-develop a technology with you, and we are ready if it works, if your prototype works, and we can show demonstrated benefits, then we're ready to not only invest a little bit in your company, but we're also ready to sign contracts to buy from you. That cannot be underestimated, and that is really one of the great things that ENGIE brings to this process.